book Lord of the Flies, it's easy to depict the different views the boys have on society. The Biggins try to behave like rational adults at first. They prioritize needs, looking for food, lighting a fire for a rescue signal, and attempt to build a shelter. However, the Biggins' fragile social system quickly breaks down and the Biggins slowly begin to separate. Jack and Roger lead the hunters, creating a violent structure of punishment on those who do not obey. And Ralph and Piggy try to keep order while also sustaining the signal fire and building shelters. And Simon tries to warn the others of the consequences they face through their actions. In the novel, the little ones are characterized as boys around the age of 6 who need to be taken care of by the older boys who assume positions of leadership on the island. The little ones behave as one might expect young kids to behave. They play in the sand, eat until they're sick, and follow the older boys around without ever really helping. They are the only ones who first see the beast and are in constant fear of it, especially during the night because they can't do anything to protect themselves. The little ones generally go with the flow and do what the Biggins are doing. In the end, most of them end up joining Jack, not because they can differentiate between right and wrong, but because Jack provides them meat and protection from the beast. In the novel Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, Oscar Schell is a 9-year-old who is a determined and somewhat stubborn boy, but he is also lost and depressed due to his father's death. Oscar is constantly writing letters to famous people to share his ideas and inventions. Almost all of these inventions come from Oscar's fear and loneliness as a result of his father's death. Oscar created the invention of a bird seed shirt because he's haunted by a photo he saw of the falling man. Oscar spends a lot of time with himself as a kid because he isn't very comfortable with talking to other people. But as Oscar grows older and he meets more and more people named Black who might have some info about the key, Oscar starts to come out of his shell.
I'll take a pink soccer ball that's squishy, and this pink blankie.
I'd bring my cell phone so that I wouldn't get bored.
I'd probably ring my cell phone so that I could call for help.
My family.
I think I would bring a Leatherman multi-purpose tool.
Because it's soft.
It gives me something to do when it's like rainy outside and I can talk to my friends and like other people on it.
I guess I use it a lot, so I've become really dependent on it, and it's really helpful in like emergencies.
Okay. Because they're the most important human beings in my life, the most important things there are.
Because there's multiple uses for it. You'd have a knife, you would have implements to like do a variety of things to open coconuts or to what else did I don't know. It seems like a practical thing to have. Tweezers are on it, if you've got splinters. Yeah, I could pluck my eyebrows, I could all sorts of good things. Use it for eating.
By asking the question, what item would you bring with you if you're stranded on an island, to a group of people ranging in age, you begin to see what's really important to them and the different perspectives they have when looking at society. For the littlest kids, they look at society as a place to have fun, but they also like to have something that gives them comfort and reminds them of home. For teenagers, they choose to look at society by the way that they've been raised to, with technology. So when you ask them what they would bring with them on an island, why wouldn't they say a cell phone? It basically holds their whole life in their hands. Adults tend to look at the situation more practically. Not only do they choose an item best for survival, but they also choose their family because it's the most important thing to them and they can't picture life without them. Each and every generation is brought up differently than the next, so they get a different perspective on society and what's important to them.